Hello, it's Tristan here from ZebraInvest, and today I just want to run through, and it's a video that I've been meaning to do for a little while, all about life leverage and basically being able to maximise the most you can get out of your time to be able to go out there, do more deals and effectively have a more profitable business. So in all honesty, it's something that I have struggled with and where I have done loads of tasks myself, but more recently I've sat down and I've actually taken a bit more of a proactive approach to outsourcing, getting other people to do work so then I can maximise my time. And one of the examples you're going to see throughout a lot of my stuff, I talk about going direct to vendor, getting in touch with people, and then really trying to get deals that other people aren't finding. And so to do that, you send a lot of letters. So one simple idea recently was just to advertise on Facebook in the marketplace section to pick up someone who will be able to send letters for me. And I realise this isn't a huge deal for anyone, but it just meant that I can now drop the envelopes and the stamps off to my writer. She writes the envelopes, pops them all in the post and prints everything. And so that's saving, probably about 2-3 hours. But the main bit is, and this is also going to end up being a slight book review as well, because I've got a few books here that I've used in the past to kind of help improve my business and things that I think might be really useful. So the first one is going to be literally Life Leverage by Rob Moore. It's a fantastic book and I would urge you to go get it and take a read through. You can pick it up on Amazon or a few other places. I'll give a link for that, so if you want to go get it you can. And it's a great little book that kind of really hammers in what your actual true value is of yourself. So how much are you worth per hour? And then what kind of tasks you should be doing or you should be getting someone else to do. And then also thinking about, and with life leverage being, if I can get 2 hours back of my time that I'm doing something like an admin task, and then I can say use that same 2 hours to go out and do an income generating task, then how much better that task would be for you. And also making things completely repeatable and processes that will work for other people. So what I've previously done is I create videos, and you've seen probably endless YouTube videos and links that I've sent out to you, but I actually create videos and tutorials that explain how to do something step by step so that it can be repeated by someone else. So the idea being that way, I'm not having to train someone how to do it. So they follow that video, and then they can then type that up into a set of steps and a set of documents that other people can learn from in future, and also shows that they really understand what they're doing. So Rob goes through this in his book, and he's going through lots of other fantastic ways of really being able to streamline, improve your life and save a lot of time. So then the next bit with Life Leverage was another book by Richard Clapson and Ian Child. They actually kindly gave this one to me when I went to a networking event called Partners in Property, a fantastic networking event. And it's a really good book, all about industrial to residential conversions. But it had some real eye-openers out there for kind of my life leverage and thinking about what I can do best and what other people do best. And for example, recently, I've been doing a lot of project management and running my own sites and building projects myself. And this has been great in the way that it's going to be able to deliver a massive discount on the actual cost of a builder, but it ends up using a lot of your time. And so therefore, I'm going out and I'm spending a lot of time doing the project management, sourcing the materials, getting everything in to be able to do the deals. And that again sucks on time, and it sucks on what you can actually then do to be able to go out and achieve more, bringing more leads into the business. And so what they kind of mention is bringing project managers in, other people, other experience, an experience where people know more and better than you, that you could bring on an ad hoc basis to then work with them. So it's a really fantastic book to read that. It also got a lot of knowledge in it, explaining all about industrial and residential conversions. So, one second, I'm just going to... There we go, so we'll change position a little bit because I'm sure the camera's bouncing all over the place. And so, as I was saying, the Property CEO book, that's really well worth a read. And I'm going to put a link in so you can understand what to do with it. But the main thing, kind of the two of these are explaining, is that it's what is worth outsourcing and getting other specialists in who know what they're doing far better than what you do. And that means that you can then, rather than trying to learn every single task that you need to do to run your business, you can get out there and really focus on what you're good at. So to give you an example, over this weekend I've used Fiverr. There's plenty of other websites like People Per Hour, whatever else. I'll give you a link to Fiverr down there. so then you can get started with that if you want to. And I've had a virtual assistant go out, and they've actually creating a lead generation system where they're going to go out and research loads of information about deal sources and people out there across the country. So that's just a quite a good system as well. The other side is you can get people to go out there and create your social media profiles and all these other bits. So I've actually had someone go out there and they've created the Zebra buyer, which is my kind of deal sourcing side of the business, to get deals in, so then I can then put that into my buying and trading business or into the properties where I hold them. But I've had them go out and create the social media platforms for them. I've had a new Gravity form, which is a form which is step by step, so it makes it really easy for people to interact with, and I had that built to my website, and I haven't had to learn how to do this. And it's also done it at a really good price. So it's just thinking about what else can you do with your time and what's best for you. The next book, this is still about life leverage, but again, chap Simon Zucci, fantastic book, slightly more of a book review that one than anything else. But again, it's going into the details about, this is explaining about who you should have in your power team, who you should bring into your fold, whether you should bring an accountant in. Because, for example, recently, I could go do something myself, or you speak with a specialist who knows what they're on about. Because there was a lady recently posting on Facebook saying about how she wanted to set up her business. And she was saying, oh, what SIT code should I use? And the problem is you could set your business up for £10 online. That's great, but a great analogy I heard Ranjan Bhattacharya, well worth a watch, talk about recently, is he sort of said, setting up a business is a bit like buying paint. If you buy the cheap paint, you're going to end up spending twice the amount of time doing the work, and you're going to sit there and it's not going to look great at the end. But at least you can just go out and buy new paint. You buy the more expensive trade paint. There's something that's designed for the job to use it. But the other way is, it's a bit like turning around and saying, you're not going to go to a handyman to ask him to build a house. He can probably learn how to do it, but it's going to take him a lot longer to do it. And is it going to be to the standard you need? You need to have a business with solid foundations, so then you can then build on them to go forward. So getting your power team together is a really good one. And this book, to be fair, otherwise is a fantastic one you should be using to be able to make sure that you get win-win situations with other people you're working with. Again, this is now moving away slightly from the life leverage, more onto like books. But again, Tina Wald, she has a fantastic book about deal sourcing and compliance. So personally, I've got one business that kind of, ZebraInvest, that's the main holding company, or kind of the main interacting company that deals with investors and people out there. And so this one is registered, and it's got all the anti-money laundering set up. It's got the insurance, it's everything else underneath the sun. But again, it's explaining, who you need to get in touch with, who you need to get sorted. But if you know someone who's going to be better at sorting the insurance for you, getting in touch with a broker, and again, leveraging them, rather than just trying to go onto like Simply Business or whatever else and potentially getting the wrong thing, it's all about thinking about who you could possibly be working with to make sure you maximize your time. The final book, and this is another slight bit of life leverage, slight on a blend, is if you're reading books or picking up knowledge from other people, then you're actually leveraging their knowledge and learning from them. And so personally, I try to read one book a month, but there's another book out there called The Slight Edge, and they try and say if you can read at least 10 pages a day across the whole year, that's going to end up being, that's going to be 365, no, well, come on, Tristan, 3,650 pages, and that's roughly going to be, say, 10, 12 books. So, but if you think about it and say, I need to read 12 books, it's going to be a massive thing. But if you just do 10 pages a day, then you're getting that knowledge into you. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. No Money Down is a great book by Kevin McDonnell. Fantastic one to put in there to learn about. And again, he talks about, working with other people. There's, whether you have a JV partner, you're looking for investors. And the idea there is you're, again, leveraging against someone else. So they've obviously maybe have less time than you, but they've got the finance and the funds to be able to do your business, to help you with your business. So you're going out there and you're effectively leveraging other people, your relationships, to be able to maximize what you can do. And then this book is just, well, to be fair, it's just a fantastic book to be able to use and to be able to get knowledge from. But I would urge you to any of those books that I'll put links in the below, or I'll give you links where to get it from. But Life Leverage was a real eye-opener and a recent read for me that's been well worthwhile. If you've got any questions about this, and I hope this has all been very useful, My name is obviously Tristan Gordon. You can drop a comment in the below. Hopefully you'll smash the like button. And then if you want to buy any of those books, I'll give you the links for them as well. If you want to head over to Fiverr, I can give you a link for that too, so you can sign up and get using that. And there's a few virtual assistants that I've been using recently who've been fantastic, really quick turnarounds, who've been able to help me out as well. So I'll give you those links or those gigs, so then you can at least point you in the right direction. But thank you very much, and thanks for listening. Cheers.